everything that you use on your bike that's mechanical is eventually going to wear out. And so I thought I'd show you the freehub driver that comes with a Profile Elite cassette hub. So this is where the chain goes, and it turns in this direction when you're pedaling. So as you notice, there are spring-loaded pawls here. When you pedal in reverse, they go in, and then when you pedal forward, they pop out, and they actually are what turn the hub, which then turns the wheel forward. So when you move forward, these pop out, they catch a toothed ring, and they propel you forward, and then when you go in reverse, they pop in. But let's take a closer look, and I'll show you what I mean about pieces wearing out and how to replace them. So as you repeatedly ride your bike, a lot of times the tips of the shift pawl or the pawls will wear down, but other times you'll notice that you'll get popping sounds out of your drivetrain, and it could be because the freehub driver itself, the gold piece here, has kind of worn out, and you can see that like a loose tooth. These pawls are dancing around in there, and that can cause it to miss or skip a tooth when you first start applying power. So it'll feel like it skips a tooth and it makes a loud popping sound. This one's pretty loose in here, boy. Now as you take a close look at this, it's obvious that the anodized gold piece is aluminum, and these pawls are a hardened steel. So what we're going to do is replace the pawls and the springs that are tensioning them. We're going to put those into a brand new freehub driver that I bought from Profile. So let's take a look. All right, here's the new one. And let's just randomly take out one of these. We can see that there's a bit of clearance. Let's find, oh, this one, yeah, look at that. You can tell from repeatedly powering this on, it's created a bit of a gap there. Right, so I'm going to remove this pawl, and I'm going to put it in here. And voila, no more play. So this unit runs around, I think, about $80, and the gold identifies it as being able to fit Shimano style cogs, which are the cogs that come on your Monster Quad, Monster Ripper, PK Ripper, 27.5, etc. This would be like a stock SE style cog that fits on there, and the style refers to the type of splines that it has and how it fits onto the freehub driver. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up all of these pawls and get the springs and pawls loaded into the new freehub driver. All right, a few things to note here. What I have is a brand new set of Profile Elite hubs. This is a beautiful 110 millimeter hub for the front of a Monster Quad or Monster Ripper. And then here I've got a Profile Elite Beastmode size. Is 142 millimeters wide for the rear dropout, or I guess not a dropout, but whatever the rear end is called. And as you can see, it has a Profile branded rear cog. So a lot of people will order a Beastmode hub, or they'll just say, hey, I need the hub that fits a Monster Ripper or a Monster Quad, and the BMX shop gets it in stock, and they go, oh, these cogs only go up to 18 teeth is the maximum. Well, some of the bikes that come from SE go up to a maximum, or they start actually at 20 teeth, which, as you can tell, is quite a bit larger than this 17. And what's important to note is that the Profile spline, which are these inner splines here, Profile hubs fit Profile cogs. And if you want to fit a Shimano style cog onto a Profile freehub driver, you actually have to replace the freehub driver. So if you look at a set of hubs and you notice this freehub driver is black, that's going to be for a Profile cog, And if you see that the freehub driver is gold, that's going to be for a Shimano style or the SE style of cog. So whenever you're buying a Profile Elite set of hubs that you want to reuse your stock cog on, make sure you ask for the Shimano option or the Shimano freehub driver. What I'm going to do is remove this profile specific freehub driver, and I'm going to do that using just an ordinary gear puller that I've got from my automotive or motorcycle days. So I'm going to remove this freehub driver, I'm going to rebuild this one, and I'll show you how to install the Shimano style freehub driver into the freehub. So I went ahead and lightly reinstalled everything here. And what I'm going to do is remove some of the pieces that I don't need. So I'm going to remove the volcano cone because I don't really need that for this part of the job. I'm going to thread this back in just a little bit. A couple threads is all it takes. Then I'm going to start lining up this piece. Okay. And then I'm going to start doing this. And hopefully, here, let me get around my camera. This is going to start to pull the, you can see it here. Oh, whoops, here. It's starting to pull the freehub driver out. Oh, almost. Look at that. Boom. There we go. So I remove the gear puller. I can remove this bolt. And you can see here are the actual pawls and things that are about to pop out. Oh. There goes the spacer. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the cog. Remove the spacers. And then here we go. Oh, still got to get around. There's an O-ring in here that... Look at that. There we go. A little bit more through the O-ring. Come on. Come on, buddy. A few moments later. Almost. Look at that. There it is. So there's the inside. It is identical, right? As you can tell, just the splines are different here to fit a Shimano. To fit a profile cog. Just the splines are different here to fit a profile cog versus the gold version, which fits the Shimano cog. And then here is a view of the beautifully machined steel ring that goes inside of a profile hub. So very, very pretty, intricate machining. Oh, these teeth are nice and sharp. And I'll show you a comparison. I'll show you a used profile hub so you can see that these actually do wear down as the pawls go against them when you're freewheeling. This is an example of a used version. These aren't quite as sharp on the edges, which is fine. And then actually I had to replace this O-ring with a Viton one that I had because the original one broke, I think, at some point when I was servicing this. But as you can see, the ring is good, the wheel is good. I'm going to clean this out, and then I'm going to reinstall the freehub driver and get this wheel back into service. All right, I'm going to remove these pawls and clean them up. Same with the springs. What's nice about the profile equipment is that you can buy all of these pieces separately. So if you need to rebuild something, or you have a fluke accident, or you crack one or break one, tooth gets chipped, etc., you can buy these pieces and replace them individually, just like you can buy the freehub driver individually. You got to be careful you don't lose any of these pieces. I think the first time I did this, I lost one of the springs in my backyard because I wanted to do this outside in the sun. And I kind of ruined my day because I had to wait a while before I could get another spring. And it was just the one spring. So be careful when you do this stuff. Take your time. Make sure your counts are right. I'm going to use simple brake cleaner to clean this stuff off. And then if you want, you can use a very, very light coat of freehub grease or in these pivot points, just to kind of save the aluminum from a bit of wear and tear. But there you have it. This is an old one, worn out. Put that away. Here's a brandy new one. And I'll reassemble this in just a couple minutes. Alright, what I've got here is a nice little glass jar filled with gasoline. That's another old trick that I've got. I like to clean things in gasoline. Just put that in there. Just swirl this around for a bit. Oh yeah. Fluid's getting dirtier and these pieces are getting a little cleaner. Go ahead and remove them and clean them off with a paper towel and get them installed into the new piece. All right, let's get these little booger heads in there. So let's see here. That was a bit fiddly, but it always seems that these are a bit fiddly. Okay, just making sure I'm doing it right. No movement. Ooh, this is going to feel brand new. Holy smokes, I can't wait. Wish I had better eyes for this. But what's happening? Okay. You can check this edge, this tip, shininess and wear. Come on, dude. Oh, way over there, okay. feel like this song has been on repeat. Ah, finally, one pops in nicely. Okay, last one. Let's get this done nicely. Okay, here we go. Free. Locked. Damn, these are so sharp. Beautiful. Alright, and now for my next trick. How to get these things to stay in when you are reinstalling the freehub driver into the freehub. Well, let's figure it out. Okay, what I like to do when I reinstall these is I like to wrap a rubber band around the pawls. Okay, and then I'm actually going to twist it like so. Wrap it around again, because I need to know that when I squeeze it, it pulls everything closed. Like you see here, right? They're all in now. So from this position, I can then slide it on. Keep enough pressure on this. I just slowly push it back together. First time I'm trying this where the hub wasn't actually on a built wheel. There we go. And it pops in. Notice I've got like a little worm on mine, but now I will carefully remove the rubber band. Voila, and now it's in there. And I just have to push in the seal. Boom, the seal is now in. And then from here, reinstall this spacer. You got to be careful that you don't damage this O-ring. Because that O-ring helps keep everything nice. Boom. And then for safekeeping, I'm just going to put volcano cone and everything else back in. Done. And that's how you reinstall the freehub driver into a Profile Elite cassette hub.